Hi friends, welcome to the Windows 10 tutorial series. In this tutorial I will show you guys how to configure an IPv4 address or how to change your IPv4 address. So let's get started. Now the first thing that you do is that you right click on this icon in here, and you can see this one, and once you do that then you click on Open Network and Sharing Center. So click on this. Once you do that, in here you can see that there is this option for change adapter settings. So click on this, and in here you will see all your interfaces. Right now I have only one interface, which is the Ethernet interface. However, if you have other interfaces like wireless interfaces or maybe some virtual interfaces, you will see them in here. But right now I have only one, so I will right click on it and click on properties. You can also do this by double clicking on this, and then in here click on properties. So these are the different ways of doing it. So you can right click on properties or double click and then click on properties. After this, in here you can see that there is this option for Internet Protocol version 4 TCP IPv4. Now in here what you do is that you click on properties. This is one way of doing it, or you can just double click on it. So by default it will have these two options selected. The first one is obtain an IP address automatically, and the second one is the obtain DNS address server address automatically. So what it means is that it will try to get those IP addresses from DHCP servers. So in your network, if you have any DHCP server, what it will do is that it will take those IP addresses from those DHCP servers. However, if you don't have that, you can specify it statically. So then you should select this option, use the following IP address. Now in here I will be using the IP address of 192.168.43 and 104. Sorry, it's not a valid entry, so the entry should be between 0 and 25. So I don't know why is it it is 160.43 and 104. So my IP address is 192.168.43.104. This is the IP address that I am trying to configure. After this, when you click on this, since it's a class C address, it automatically fills this with 255, 255, 255, 0. Now the thing is that if it doesn't, you can type this manually, it doesn't matter. Then you have to specify your default gateway. Default gateway is what your computer uses to get out of your network and to reach the internet. Without the default gateway, you can't reach the internet. So my default gateway IP address is 192.168.43.1. Now, if you have set this to be static, use the following IP address. By the way, when you are configuring it like this manually, it's called configuring it statically. So when you are configuring your IP address manually or statically, you have to enter in your DNS servers as well. You have to enter them statically. So what you do is that you enter them in here. So I will be using the 8888. This is, I think, Google's DNS servers, and also 4422. So this, I think, is Yahoo's DNS servers. So I will be using these two DNS servers, or if I'm in an organization and I have an internal DNS server, I can use them as well. So it depends on situation, which one do you want to use. Then click on OK, and then click on OK. So if we close this and close this, and let's open our command prompt. So if I type cmd and I type in this IP config, now you can see that my IP address has been configured. So this shows my IP address 192.168.43.104. This is my subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0 because it's a class C address. However, it doesn't have to be this. You can change it if you want. This is my default gateway, which I configured 192.168.43.1. But I don't see my DNS server which I configured. So in order to get that, you have to use this ipconfig/all. Now from here, find your interface, which is the Ethernet one. This is the one. Now it shows a description of it. It says it's an Intel or Pro 1000 empty desktop adapter. Then there is this physical address, which is the MAC address. it says is DHCP enabled, so it says no. The why is because we configured it statically. We selected the second option. If we had selected the first option, which was I get an IP address from the DHCP server, then this would have been yes. Then this is auto configuration enabled. Yes, this relates to IPv6, which I will talk about in the next tutorial. This is my link local IPv6 address because it starts with FE at 0, so we know that it's a link local. Now this shows my IP address 192.168.403.104, which we configured. This is my subnet mask. This is my default gateway. These two are related again to DHCP version 6. We'll ignore them for now being. So this in here, it says DNS servers. So these two are the DNS servers that I configured. So this is it for this tutorial, guys. This is how you can configure it. Let me also ping another network machine in my network to see that the connectivity is up and it is working. Sorry, it's not. It's 43, not 32. So 43. Now you can see that I can also ping that machine. So this is how you can configure IP addresses or statically configure them. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. And if you think this tutorial is useful, make sure to share it with your friends. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial.